Y'all like watching a man work or what? Get over here and help. You can run it. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. If this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop by anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I'm going to be giving y'all just a little overview of the Stihl FS40C weed eater and how you can restring your weed eater by buying string in the bulk roll and save you a little money instead of buying them replacement spools. But before I get started on the weed eater, I want to give a little shout out to some friends of mine. I don't know if y'all can read that shirt, but it says A Little Southern Brothers. Now, Little Southern Brothers, that's two little kiddos. I believe one of them's 11-year-old, one of them's 13-year-old, and their dad. They also have a sister that gets out there with them occasionally. But they log, they got sawmill, and guys, them two little fellas, I'd like y'all to go check their channel out, watch some of their videos, maybe subscribe and help support them. Them two little fellas, they drive the log trucks, the skidders. They get out there in a sawmill, help their dad do it running the sawmill. The daughter gets out there and works with them just like adults. Something you don't see much of anymore in this world. But if you would, go check out A Little Southern Brothers. I'll put it to link to their YouTube channel in the description below. Go check them out. I think you enjoy watching them. So what I got here is the FS40C Stihl weed eater. This weed eater here falls under the homeowner's model. It's 27 cc's. It's lightweight. And what I like about it, I got the curved end. But this little weed eater here is lightweight. And guys, I'm 5'10.5" tall. But I can stand straight up. And the angle that this end's on is level with the ground. And some weed eaters, I had to pick up on the weed eater or let down on the weed eater to try to keep my end down there level to cut right, or I'm all stooped over, bending over, and gets your back hurting. You get a weed eater that fits you, and this one fits me. You just stand straight up and walk. You ain't all hunched over and trying to overwork yourself. This weed eater's simple to operate. When you get ready to crank it, it's got a primer bulb right here. All you do is give it about 5 push the first time you're going to crank it. You got a choke right here on the side. You flip the choke up. And it also comes with the easy 2 start, they call it. When you pull, you ain't got to just keep pulling. You pull and then it'll give it a kick, and it helps it start. After it starts, you ain't even got to turn the choke back off. You reach here and hit your throttle, the choke will automatically cut off. You get ready to kill it, there's the kill switch. Now the kill switch ain't an on and off switch. You don't have to turn it on to crank it. You just push this to kill it. This weed eater here takes 2mm. If you're buying the Stihl brand line, it's the green, it's color coded, but it's 2mm. Is what size it takes. Like I said, it's 27 cc's. Of course, it's 2-cycle, so you have to mix your oil with your gas. And I think just about all gas-powered weed eaters that I know of is 2-cycle. There may be something out there I don't know about. But I'm gonna get y'all up here close and I'm gonna show y'all how to restring this in. But first thing, this particular weed eater, the FS40C, it takes 2 pieces 3 meters long. That's 9 foot 9 inches. Now that's the longest you can put on it. Now I don't never measure mine out exactly. I get me about 2 8-foot pieces. You get you 2 8-foot pieces, and I'm gonna get y'all up here close and I'm gonna show y'all step by step how you rewind your weed eater and how simple it is. And it's much more cost efficient to buy the string and wind it yourself than buying them replacement ends. Get y'all up here in the $5 seats instead of back there in them 50-cent seats so y'all can see good. But right here on the end of your weed eater, to undo it, it's left-handed, so that's lefty-loosey, counterclockwise. You just unscrew that, and it's basically a nut up in the end of there that screws on this bolt that's made onto the end of the weed eater. You just push in and kind of give it a little twist and your spool will pop right out. Now guys, there's a spring in there, so make sure the spring don't come out and you lose your spring. I ain't never had no trouble with this one thus far of it trying to come out. It's kind of, the whole end will come off. You can replace the whole end. You got different ends you can put on it. Like I said, when you get ready to rewind it, get you 2 pieces of string, not over 3 meters long or 9 foot 9 inches. Like I said, I always just cut me to about 8 foot long. Now I'm gonna try to show y'all. I don't know if you can see it, but this spool's got 2 grooves. And down in them grooves is a hole. And guys, I'm gonna attach a picture out of the manual of this also. Cause I don't know if y'all can see these holes down in here. On this camera. But you stick the ends of them lines, one in each hole in each groove. Now what you do here, you ain't gonna wind this clockwise, you're gonna wind it counterclockwise. And what it does, when you stick them in that hole and you pull it back over counterclockwise and pull it down tight, it locks that line in that hole. Then you just hold your line tight and you wind it on there, and you keep a little tension because you wanted it winded, you want it to wind on there tight. And I just hold my line with my thumbs just like that, and I turn my spool with my left hand. When you're doing this, make sure your line stays in the right groove. If one line jumps over in the other groove, it ain't gonna work. You got to keep it in the groove. You just hold it, wind it all the way down. And like I said, guys, this is your cheapest way, because you can buy your line. You can buy your line or your string, whatever you want to call it, in bigger rolls, instead of buying these little replacement ends that's already spooled up, because they cost a lot more, especially if you're using it a good bit. Pretty much my place out here is, I weed eat around about 4 acres around my gardening, fences and stuff, and I pretty much have to re-spool this after every weed eating. Now at this point, when you get it wound down in there, You see these notches in the end of that top side, the bottom side of the spool ain't got no notches, it's just slick. But this side has 4 notches, and then this one has 2 here that ain't got no notches. You pull one of them strings in one notch, and then you keep winding that other one, and you come around until you straight across from it, and you put that in that notch, and that's what holds your line to keep it from unwinding. Now what I'm going to do when I go to put this back in, them notches is going to go in first. I don't know if y'all can see it, but in this head part here, there's the holes, one on each side, where your string comes out of your weed eater. That's where it's sticking out at when you weed eating. So I'm going to have to set this down to do this. But you just stick one line out one hole. And stick one line out the other hole. Just like so. And kind of guide them through as you're moving your spool up there. You got to keep your slack pulled out of there as you going in with your spool. Once you get it lined up, just push it in. Stick the spool back on there. Put your nut back on. And clockwise tightens it. Righty-tighty. You just give that a good hand tight. Don't put no wrench or nothing on it. And guys, there you are. Now, if you've never rewound a spool on a weed eater, the first time you do it, you might say, man, this is aggravating. I just buy the little replacement spools. That way I can just unscrew that and pop them in there real quick. But I promise you, after you do it 1 or 2 times, you can do that real quick. It's not hard, it's simple. And if you use your weed eater regularly, it will save you some pretty good bit of money by buying your line in the bulk. Like I said, I'm going to attach a picture out of the manual. In case any of you has lost your manual to your weed eater. I know myself, I'm the type fella, if for some reason I didn't use this weed eater for a year or through the winter, next summer I go to rewind it, sometimes I have to refresh my memory in the manual, or either I sit there and have to refresh my memory on how to do it to get back into the rhythm of doing stuff like this. Well guys, if you find this little video helpful in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed to my channel already, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, don't cost you a thing, but it'll greatly help me out. Please share my videos on your social media. That's the way that you can help me get out there where people can find my channel. I greatly appreciate that also. Remember to go down to the description below and get the link to a Little Southern Brothers. Go check them out. Give them a little support. I promise you, you'll enjoy watching them kids working that hard. You ain't gonna see that very often. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. And God bless. See y'all next time.